In a small garage in Los Altos, California, a young man with a rebellious spirit and an obsession for perfection sat hunched over a circuit board. His name was Steve Jobs, and he was about to change the world. But before Apple became a global phenomenon, before the iPhone revolutionized technology, and before he became a household name, Jobs' journey was filled with failures, rejections, and an almost unbelievable comeback. Steve was born in 1955 and adopted by Paul and Clara Jobs. From an early age, he was different, curious, impatient, and unwilling to follow the rules. At school, he often clashed with teachers, but his mind was constantly searching for something more. He was not just a kid playing with machines, he saw potential where others saw limitations. As a teenager, he met Steve Wozniak, a fellow tech genius, and together they built a small device that could hack phone lines. It was fun, but Steve had bigger dreams. In 1976, in his parents' garage, Apple was born. The duo built a simple personal computer, the Apple First, which to their surprise attracted buyers. It was the beginning of something extraordinary. The Apple II was a breakthrough, selling millions and making Steve a millionaire in his early 20s. By 1984, Apple had launched the Macintosh, a product that introduced the world to graphical user interfaces. Jobs became a visionary icon, but his obsession with perfection made him difficult to work with. He demanded the impossible from his employees, and soon Apple's board of directors grew tired of his leadership style. In 1985, at the age of 30, Steve Jobs was kicked out of his own company. Imagine building something from scratch, turning it into a global empire, and then being told you were not needed anymore. He was humiliated, broken, and lost. For the first time, the man who had always been in control found himself completely powerless. Most people would have given up, but Steve Jobs was not like most people. Instead of sulking, Jobs started over. He founded Next, a computer company aimed at building high-end machines for professionals. The company struggled, but it taught him valuable lessons in leadership and innovation. Around the same time, he also bought Pixar, a small animation company. Against all odds, Pixar's first film, Toy Story, became a blockbuster. Jobs had turned failure into opportunity. But fate had one more twist in store. By the late 1990s, Apple was struggling. The company that had once been the face of innovation was now on the brink of bankruptcy. In 1997, Apple made a shocking move. It bought Next, and Steve Jobs returned as CEO. This time, Jobs was wiser. He streamlined Apple's products, cutting unnecessary projects and focusing on design, simplicity, and user experience. In 2001, he launched the iPod, changing the way people listen to music. Then in 2007, he unveiled the iPhone, a device that would revolutionize the world. Jobs had gone from being a rejected founder to leading one of the most valuable companies in history. Steve Jobs had beaten failure, but he could not beat time. In 2004, he was diagnosed with pancreatic cancer. Even as his health declined, he continued pushing Apple to new heights. In 2011, just months after unveiling the iPad, he passed away at the age of 56. But his legacy? It lives on in every Apple product, every entrepreneur who dares to dream, and every person who refuses to give up. Lessons from Steve Jobs' story. Number 1. Failure is just a stepping stone. Jobs was fired from Apple, but it led to his greatest comeback. Never let failure define you. Number 2. Stay hungry, stay foolish. His famous words remind us to keep learning and taking risks. Number 3. Innovation requires boldness. Jobs did not just create products, he created revolutions. Number 4. Perseverance is key. When everything seemed lost, He kept going, and so should you. Steve Jobs' story isn't just about technology, it's about resilience, passion, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. If you ever feel like giving up, remember this: the man who built Apple was once fired from it. What will your comeback story be?